Guys, Dan Hendriksen here. We're at Torquay Golf Club. Today we're going to be having a look at Lee's journey to scratch. So there's no set time that Lee has kind of set in order to get to scratch, but obviously his goal long term is to get to scratch. Now, we've been through a few of the areas within his game, but the next part of his game, and this is for everybody, is to understand how your golf clubs work for you, and more so in the gapping side of things. So how far each club goes. Lee.
Dan.
I just want to show everybody something that you have new.
Oh, I've got something new, haven't I?
Come and show it. Come and show it.
Got a new head cover.
There it is. The only head cover you need on your driver now, Lee.
Yeah.
By putting that head cover on, I feel like you're going to hit the ball a lot straighter.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but I'm not part of the Sunday morning show.
Well, you are part of the team for the Sunday morning show.
Yeah, it's a straighter head cover.
It is a lot straighter.
It's got straight
so
lines on.
Bernie has looked after you, hasn't he?
Yeah, bless him.
He's looked after you with the new... Is that what it is? A little Christmas present?
He doesn't know he's given it to me yet.
Right, so we are continuing on the journey with you to try and get your handicap as low as possible, and obviously the idea is for you to get to a scratch handicap.
Yes.
Now, gapping.
Gapping.
Understanding all those shiny new little toys that you've got in your golf bag
For
and
now.
how far they go is really, really important to getting your
Massively
handicap
important.
down.
Massively important.
So, do you know how far you hit each club?
I believe so. Obviously, I'm working on things in my game.
Yeah.
But the last time I did a gapping session myself, I believe I know how far they're all going.
Job number one. There's a notepad.
Okay.
I will get you a pen.
Yes.
And I want you to jot down how far, as in carry distance, how far you believe that you hit each club in your golf bag.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay, so I need you to write it down, and then we're going to hit some shots and figure out exactly how far you hit each club.
No problem.
Right, numbers all written down.
Yes.
Now I will put up here a little list of exactly what the numbers you've written down in that little book.
Okay.
We're going to hit some shots now and get the actual numbers of what you're going to hit. But when was the last time you actually did a gap test with your irons? Because these are pretty new. I would imagine as soon as you got them, you started to gap them in.
So,
Well, certainly that was a discussion we had when they came through.
So I got them in June and July. They sort of turned up, and I think around August I did a gap test. So we're talking 3 months ago.
Okay. So 3 months ago is when you last gapped in.
Yeah.
Now you have been working on delivering a little bit better with that loft, haven't you?
So I've been working a lot on delivered loft. Obviously, it's something we've been working on for almost a year now.
Yes.
It's a constant battle for me is loft. So it's my main target is to reduce that loft. So I'm hoping these numbers are going a little bit further.
Well, from the golf that we've been playing in the last sort of few months, definitely we are seeing some better ball flights, aren't we, from your game?
100%.
Not necessarily, I would say, with driver right now, because that's something that you've lost a bit of confidence in.
That's a new problem.
Another problem. But certainly with the irons, we are seeing some fantastic golf shots out on the golf course from you, which would say that you're delivering that club in a much, much better place.
And I think the good thing is because I'm delivering a little bit better loft, I'm not having to hit the ball as hard to get the distance I want it to go, which is giving me more control as well.
Okay, let's hit some balls. Let's get some numbers of what you're actually doing with these clubs right now.
Okay.
So you tell me what the numbers you're getting,
Yeah.
and I'll tell you where you think you were.
Okay.
Okay?
Right.
Go for it.
60 degree, I was 75 yards.
Okay, well you thought you were 80.
Okay.
So you've lost 5 yards in that straight off the bat.
But it's a new club.
Brand new club,
Brand new
literally
club.
turned up today.
Yes.
So it was always important to get that right.
Yeah, but I'm happy with 75. 55 degree, 95.
100 yards. So again, you've lost 5 yards.
Yeah.
Based on that.
So it's looking like I'm a little bit...
You're thinking you're getting it a bit further.
Which is probably why I come up short on some shots.
Okay.
50 degree, 114.
Okay, you've got it here as 120.
So that's
again, so 5-6 yards.
Yeah.
Okay, pitching wedge?
127.
135.
Okay.
So you're a good, what's that, a good 8 yard
Good 8
out
yards
there.
left, yeah.
Okay, 9-iron?
140.
Okay, you said 145.
Yeah, it's a standard 5 yard gap.
8
There's a bit of a
iron.
pattern going on here. So this is a bit of a jump. 8 iron is 160.
Okay, so you've got 155 written down here, but you've gone from 137,
127, 140 to 160.
140 to 160. So that's a massive gap. So you're going to have a little look at how you're delivering that club.
That's not the worst bit.
What's the worst bit?
7 irons 184.
7-iron 165. You're hitting it 184.
Yeah.
So there's a massive jump again then, isn't there, from things. So we're going to have a little look at the actual lofts that you're delivering, but also the lofts of what the clubs are.
So it's like that is a delivered an impact a launch angle of 20 degrees. Like that for me is unheard of.
Yeah.
We were up at 26, 27
comfortably. Yeah. Okay, so we've got some issues in and around the night between 9-iron and 7-iron. There's a few issues in there.
There's 44 yards in the 3 clubs, so
which is concerning. And then 5-iron, 6-iron,
191.
Again 170, and 5-iron
205.
which is, and then 4-iron
214.
So you're losing yardage down at the bottom end,
Yeah.
but gaining a massive amount when you get onto the 7-iron upwards from there.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your hybrid looking at?
233.
So 220.
Yeah.
So again, you're gaining more yardage now than what you think you were getting, and then the 2-iron
240.
240. You've got 215 down here.
Yeah.
And then 3-wood and driver's about kind
3
of right.
was 240.
240.
And driver on this test was 265.
Okay, so you're hitting a 3-wood the same as your 2-iron.
Yeah.
In yardage.
Which is that's 15. If you look, that's 15 clubs, and that 2 irons replaceable depending on the course as to what comes in and what goes out.
Yeah.
So it normally replaces the hybrid, I would say, because the 3-wood, well, you know, from when we played with Pete, that can go 255. I'm not getting a 2-iron 255. I can step on a 3-wood. That is stepped on a 2-iron.
I have a question then, based on those numbers and what we're seeing, because it's something that we're going to have a little look at with your irons.
Yeah.
But do you hit lots of shots off mats?
Well, yeah.
Is that where you do most of your practice in your indoor studio, isn't it?
Yeah.
So are we seeing a bit of a problem with the lofts on your clubs?
I think there's certainly something to look at between sort of 9, 8, 7 is to tighten that gap, because 20-yard difference between 9 and 8 and then 24-yard difference between 8 and 7 is silly. But then it levels out at 4, 5 and 6 and 7. So I think possibly I need to get better at producing less loft on more lofted clubs. I think that's where the problem is. It's not...
And you do, though. You get those little wafty ones that you hit out there with your wedges, which I actually think is quite a common theme for lots of amateur golfers, is that they do tend to deliver lots and lots of loft with their wedges. So they're struggling to manage that situation.
I think if we dotted all the clubs up and looked at angle of attacks, then the longer clubs I'm more down, the loftier clubs I'm more scoopy. And I think that's probably something I've just got to work on, as opposed to looking at lofts as well.
But again, I think one point we need to look at is I need to look at the lofts on your clubs as well.
Yeah.
Just have a little check, and it's always good to have a little MOT with your clubs to see what they're going to be, where they're starting at from their loft point of view.
Yeah, definitely.
So some really, really interesting stuff there to take away for Lee. I think you can see it when we're out on the golf course, and I've seen it when we're doing course vlogs. You know, when it comes to the longer stuff, Lee is absolutely fantastic. He has hit some amazing golf shots this year with some of his longer clubs. I mean, even that 2-iron coming out at Kigbeer there on the 18th hole, that would be a prime example of some quality golf coming out of his longer clubs. Oh, he's gone.
Oh. Just took enough off it with that. What a shot!
But when it comes to the shorter stuff, and we're talking about the clubs that are the scoring zone, he can get a little bit out of control with it. And a lot of the time, the comments section say that Lee comes up short. Why doesn't he club up? Well, actually, what it is, you're right. He needs to start to understand delivering the correct lofts coming into the ball. And he's got to start doing that with the more lofted clubs. The other thing to take away from this is the importance of gap testing. This is something when I was competing as a youngster in amateur golf, you know, I was always at the practice ground, sort of when I was working on with my coach and changing things, I was at the practice ground sort of gapping in all the time. So every couple of weeks I'd be hitting wedges and just trying to see how far I hit those wedges. You know, with Lee doing a gap test 3 months ago, I think it's important for everybody to go away and work on gapping in their clubs on a more regular basis. So just keep an eye on your yardages. When I'm in the studio now, I don't hit a great amount of balls, but what I do is I always look as to how far each club is going, and that will change from week to week depending on how I feel and obviously my deliveries. Let me know, put your comments down below. Are you working on this with your coach? I'd like to hear what you say about that. Is it something you've worked on throughout the year, trying to get your gap testings right and also getting your clubs managed properly? I'd like to hear down there. Don't forget, if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up if you like what we're doing, and as always, stay safe, and we'll look forward to catching up with you again soon.